Hello guys and welcome to Rideshare the Rideshare channel. My name is Serge and in today's video I'm going to show you my 2022 Tesla Model 3. This is a rental that I'm actually trying out for Uber. This is going to be my third time renting one. I already had one in black, one in blue, and now this is a silver one. So I would like to show you guys how it operates. I want to show you how you could actually find a supercharger location and kind of like how to get this car up and running. So here we go. So the very first thing you'll see here, this is a Tesla screen obviously, and if you're trying to go somewhere, you can just simply go to navigate and put the address in. But if you're looking for charging, there's obviously favorites for charging, but you could also find it here on a map, and you could find different charge locations. When I rented it last year, there was a favorite charge location that I had, and I'm just gonna remove these. These are the superchargers. My favorite one was at Fort Mill location. As you can see, that's 37 cents a kilowatt hour. And then we have this one at 24, 25, and 32 cents a kilowatt hour. Then we got this one at 23, and it just kind of tells you, like, once you click on them, how far away they are. Wow, there's a Matthews one for 16 cents. That's interesting. So since I rented it last time, there's a lot more superchargers available. Now, depending on the time of day, the supercharger prices will go up or go down. And now we got our offer, so we're gonna start heading our way. So we're just gonna click off over here. I'm gonna mount this on my mount. Okay, so all right, so that's good. So basically I want to try to point it as much as possible. So anyways, there is a key that you use, but I already have it, so you got to put this shifter up to try to reverse. I know you can't really see it right now that good, but I'm just going to show you kind of like how it works. And then hold brake and then push down, and basically you go. So it's electric shifter kind of. I mean, it's electric car obviously, but it's it is pretty fun car to drive. Obviously it's electric, and there's lots of nice things about it. Let me just turn the sound down. I have a sound display in my ear. This is why I'm pausing quite a bit here. I'm also trying to pay attention at the road. Try to be a very safe driver, and by me recording, trust me, this is completely safe because I don't have to look at myself and see exactly kind of like what I'm looking at. So I'm observing the road. One of the things I like about the Tesla, it's safety. So like once I actually made this turn right to the left, you really can't see that. That's why I'm like trying to just give you guys this view. But anyways, there's a lever right here. You just hit it once. Now we're cruise control. Hit it again, and now it has taken over. So I could just sit here like this and talk with my hands, and the car is basically driving for me, and it's doing all the churning and whatnot. In another video, I'm going to try to mount. I'm going to try to record it first of all in the day. I'm going to get one of these different mounts and mount my camera like in the back, and so I could give you the frontal version and a much better experience as far as like driving a Tesla. And I'm going to show you all the bells and whistles and everything like that. But one of my favorite features is obviously self-driving. Basically it's very cool. You have like these little steering wheel rolling type of up and down buttons that you really can't see right now, but you could adjust the speed just with these little wheels. And also you could push down and hold on it and basically talk to the car, which I'm not gonna really do right now. But the cool thing is, once you hit this little lever twice, it will drive for you. And I know I already said that 3 times, right? So as we just came up on a light, so you heard this little boom boom, you know, it means I hit brakes, and once you hit the brake, it disengaged the actual autopilot. So this is called full self-driving autopilot, right? except it's a little bit false. It's actually not full self-driving. It's just that's the type of name that they're using. So I'm gonna hit this again, and now basically we're self-driving again. So what does this all mean? Well, when I had to come up to a light, I literally needed to remove myself from self-driving because it will run straight through the red light. That's not gonna be safe. So I guess if you know that, then you know that you need to basically just go ahead and apply the brakes as you would like normally, and that will disengage the autopilot. Or you could take the lever and like put it like that up, and now it disengage. Or twice down, it engaged. Very, very easy to use. And I guess when I show this in the daytime in a different video, that's going to be like a little different experience. Now the full self-driving, which is called autonomous, full autonomy, this car does not have that, obviously. That's a $15,000 extra feature, unless they raise the price. The prices will go up based on what I've heard. Now that is something where you can actually put the address into your Tesla navigation system here, and it's gonna take you wherever you gotta go. But with that being said, guys, even like the basic autopilot, which says full self-driving and everything, it's plenty good because you really don't need it to drive you home. You just want it to make sure that you apply it and that it follows behind other cars. It will apply the braking for you. It will churn as the road churns, and that is actually very, very awesome. So I really enjoy that because of that safety feature. For some of the other favorites and stuff, I would have to actually show you the screen of everything that it does. But a lot of that stuff is kind of like gimmicky type of features where you really don't technically need them. But the safety aspect of you being able to engage autopilot is already that's like my number one feature. Because let's say you're sleeping, doing like an Uber type of job. If you're really putting your time in, you're just like working all this overtime. At the end of the shift, you're gonna be pretty tired. You're either gonna need to drink some coffee or whatever, or you're gonna need to, get some sleep, obviously. But you still gotta get home, right? The cool thing is, you could just engage your autopilot, and you'll still watch the road and whatnot. But this autopilot will keep you from going over lanes and stuff like that. It will keep you from getting pulled over because it's going to drive perfectly. And if you're that type of person that dozes off and catches themselves in this car, if you do that, you're like, oh snap, I just dozed off. For some people, like, you're going to crash, because you don't know how long you're going to doze off for. If it's a quick second, maybe you're going to be still okay. But if you're doing it already, I mean, first of all, you need to stop driving, right? But in a Tesla, if you do that, at least you're like, oh, cool, my autopilot's engaged, and you will be able to basically get there. And I think just for this feature alone, Tesla's so worth it for jobs that you really have to work hard in. Like, I normally put like 12 hours in, to try to work, right? But when renting a Tesla, I usually was doing about 15 hours, and that's not including my commute. Some of you guys may know that I live 1 hour away, and if I have to go home and come to work, obviously, that would be a 17-hour shift for me. Now, recently I installed a Tesla charger at home. It's actually maybe like an all-electric type of charger. It's just my setup is specifically for a Tesla. I'll be able to now charge my car at home when I get home. And I'll make a video on that, and maybe I already have made a video on that, but you just haven't seen it on this channel yet. But there's plenty of videos on YouTube, so it's not like I have the only type of setup. But in my situation, that Tesla charging, it's actually better because it has a surge protector built in, and I haven't seen anybody show that type of way of doing it, because it's important to protect your asset. Like, especially if you own a Tesla, it's your Tesla, you want to make sure you don't fry it if a surge happens, But there's other things that I did to save money that others did not do. But anyways, guys, time for me to accept my customer, which I do open up the door.